Hey everyone, welcome to the next episode of Let's Play Buck. Today, it'll just show me advance enhancing the knuckle and a few other things that I've done on the jet recently. Yeah, there's a few things that I've been doing. Currently, it's 1:35. I trained it a bit last night. But I've just gotten back on the game after work. The server maintenance or server check or whatever it was, there was a mini patch, ended early, or earlier than it was supposed to, I think. So I'm probably not going to train tonight. I might tomorrow night, when I've got more time and better time to set up and everything, just to plan with other people. But what I'm going to do while this runs through, as you can see, I'm using shielding wards. They're on sale for I think 5.5k each, which was, it's alright. It was 11 for 50k, so I figured why not. And so that's what I did there. And I'll just answer some questions, and some comments that have been made on the video, as well as a few other things that I just want to talk about. I'm using some of the same equips that I have on my jet on my Buck, but obvious ones I don't use are really high percent dex ones. I'm using I'm using my rack mask and branch nose because they've got a little bit of percent all stat, so it just benefits my attack a little bit, plus they've got weapon attack on them as well, so I'm getting about 30 weapon attack from the both of them combined. And then I'm using my VIP necklace, which has got a little bit of percent all stat, but then the percent dex isn't that bad because since it's a secondary stat which isn't really required, but it'll help it a little bit. It's better than nothing, and it means that I wouldn't have to put any more into dex. I'll probably lower it if I can, because it's around 50 at the moment, I think, and I don't really need that much. What I've been thinking of doing is making a second set for Empress gear. I was considering making general, but then looking at it, all I need to do is get a cape, and I'll have a full set again. And then by that, I would only have to I'd only have to cube the shoes, and cape and hat, and claw, and knuckle, obviously. But looking at the benefits you get from having the set over just general gear, it's probably more beneficial for me to do it, since I've really got a choice to make general gear or not. At the moment, the difference between having 5 equips, the hat, overall, glove, knuckle and shoe, it's a little bit under wearing my rare 27 attack violet snowshoes. It's about 800 difference in range, so it's not that crucial. But if I could get a cape, then I'd get plus 30 percent boss and plus 30 attack, I believe. I'll just check again. Yeah, it's plus 30 weapon attack and plus 30% boss, so having all 6 would be better. And then it means if I cube my knuckle a little bit and got it to unique or legendary and got percent boss on it, I could do some bossing videos as well. Because what I'm planning on doing, if I manage to train this thing pretty quickly, with the gear that I'm planning on getting, if I get some good percent gear, then I can probably make a cannoneer as well. And then it's just something that people have been saying to me that I've got an addiction or something like that in terms of training, because I keep wanting to make more 200s. But really, it's just something that I enjoy. I find that when I'm not training, if there's nothing else to occupy my time with, in terms of bossing or doing stuff with friends, Maple, it kind of gets boring, but not boring like makes me want to quit and do something else, but just makes me slow down in what I'm doing on Maple. And yeah, so that's kind of why. Plus, I want to have, well, I want to be probably, I'd say, the first in Bello, if not first in GMS, to have, well, I'm kind of, you know, speaking hypothetically, and, well, I haven't really researched this, but having the first person in Bello or GMS to have all pirates level 200 so far. Like, I've got limitings, mechanic, jet, corsair, Bucc if I do it, and then cannoneer, and then I'd probably make, just for the hell of it, an Empress, Cygnus Knight, whatchamacallit, Thunderbreaker, and then make an AB as well, and then that'd make a complete set. So I think that'd be a really cool thing to have, having 4 out of the 5 available pirates on one account. Cannoneer, Bucc, Jet, and Corsair, and then having the mechanic on another account. But having access to all of those that I've made, I think that'd be a really cool achievement and something just really to put out there. So that's really what my aim is, and I think it'd be a good investment, because I'm thinking, well, if I'm gonna make this strength gear, I kind of want to make it useful. I'd just be aiming for something like 12% dex. So like, if I got it to unique and I got 12%, I'd leave it. I wouldn't push for anything more, because that's really, if I got 12% on cape, overall, well, no, overall and glove would stay the same because they're both 15% all stat. I wouldn't remake a glove, because I don't want to go through the whole process of getting GM scrolls or scrolling another glove to 32 attack or 35 attack, whatever my gloves are now. So I'd leave the overall and glove as they are, but I'd work on shoe, cape, and hat, and knuckle, and leave everything else as is. Because if I could get around 12% each, adding all of those up, the 30% all stat from overall and glove together, the 12% from shoes, the 12% from cape, that's 54. Plus my belt, which is 15% all stat, that's 69, and then another 12 on the hat, that's 81. It builds up. Plus the 12 I just got on my HTP there, that's 93, and then all the other little bits, the 4%, 3% off, the VIP, the second pendant, and my branch nose and face equip, eye equip, that'd take it over 100% strength. So I just think having it like that, I could probably, well, I'm interested to see how cheap I could make it in doing it. Buying the cape would be the most likely costly thing to do, but apparently they're like a bill or something in Bello, so I can cover that easily. But it's just then, would I want to go for attack on it, or would I just keep it as is? I'll think about it, because Chaos Scrolls are pretty pricey at the moment as well. I might just leave it as is and then work it out later if I wanted to. But what I really want, you might be thinking, well, isn't it a waste making strength gear just for this, just to train 2 characters to 200? I wouldn't mind having, playing the Bucc. It could actually be a potentially good bossing class, with, I'll just check what the skill's called. Octo Punch. It's really fast. It reminds me of the Battle Mage quad blow, or final blow, how it hits multiple times, how quickly it hits as well. It just doesn't have the finisher, that thing. But if I were to do that, I could do bossing videos on Jet and then Bucc, and then when AB comes out, eventually, bossing videos on AB and Bucc, or Cannoneer for lols, to see if I can actually do it, because they're a kind of fail bossing class. Andy talks about it all the time, how he can't believe he got that to 200, but it wouldn't be I wouldn't mind getting that thing to 200 just because. But yeah, and that's just all. I'd plan to do that over the next, well, hopefully before AB comes out. But people are saying January. I asked Steve, and he said probably late December. Yeah, so that's what the plan is. So just forecasting. I just like going through plans like this because it just gives me goals to strive towards. It gives me ideas for videos and things like that, and it just keeps it exciting for you guys, hopefully. So yeah, I think I had some cubing in this as well. I might have to get another CHTP if I'm going to leave it as a percent strength one. Everything's kind of up in the air at the moment. I haven't really decided what's finalized and what's not, because as you know, Pink Bean was dropping CHTPs. I believe they fixed it now. We went again last night before the patch or mini update to try and get another 3. We got another 2. I was going to keep the third one if it dropped, to have one on my jet and on my Bucc so I could cube the one on the jet eventually, but I gave that one to Annie instead. I'm going to give that one to her instead, because really it's kind of selfish for me to hold on to 2 when there's other people who don't have one. Just friends in my group who don't have one. I can always get one later. I can always try out Chaos Horntail with a lot of people, as you know, or they may not have fixed it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But thank you for listening. I'll come out with another video. It'll probably include a little bit of leveling, but really, yeah, I don't see the point of it yet. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.